Hey, this is Bert, and while I'm primarily a Star Wars collector, I'm actually not going to give you a tour of my Star Wars room for two reasons. Number one, my Star Wars room is in the process of a lot of changes, and a lot of it's a mess. So that's one reason. The second reason is my other room, which is really more of a walk-in closet. It's the everything but Star Wars walk-in closet here. Is also going to undergo some changes, but for the time being, it's in pretty nice shape. It's not a complete mess, and so I'm going to show that off. And this video, I'll admit, is as much for me as it is you, because some of these toy lines are going to go, because I've got a whole big section of toys that I'd rather see on display. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these things, knowing that between my good friend Pokey, LP, and my brother Nipper, between those guys, I can visit the collections all I want. And they have a more extensive collections of some of these toys than I do. So that allows me to get rid of some of my things, so I can make displays more like I want them. But that's enough intro. Let's take a look. Let's go right into this room. So here we are in the Star Wars room, and we turn the corner, and here it is, the everything but Star Wars room. We're just going to start right up here. Okay, first, this is just like this is all that stuff that I'm going to set up better sometime soon. And right here we have Thanos and the Children of Thanos here. Included Nebula with that. And over here, we have my Lord of the Rings section. Now, this isn't exactly what I want things to be. Okay, it demands a lot of work, but I think as most toy collectors will agree, the work is never done. This is going to be a true Mummkill, complete with multiple tusks and, gray skin and everything like that. But for now, I don't know where this came from. Maybe like a Pier 1 import. But basically, I saw it at a garage sale, and I knew exactly what it had to be. That you might recognize as an upside-down Robin Hood battle wagon that I converted a little bit with to be my Hair-Dream soldiers. Okay, Legolas obviously taking down the Mummkill right here. All right, I do hope to expand some of this so it's not so cramped in there. There's the mouth of Sauron. Eowyn's, I want her to be underneath the Mummkill. And then here she is again, fighting the Witch King. Gothmog on a warg. All right, now some of these castle pieces, this is supposed to be Minas Tirith here, and these castle pieces are from all sorts of different places. Some of them are Playmobil, some of them are Chap May, and then the oddest pieces are actually, I don't know if you'll ever be able to find them. Target, years and years ago, I'm talking like 15, maybe even longer ago, maybe 20 years ago, they had these really bizarre manger scenes that no one wanted because they looked more like a castle than a manger. So there's one right there. So I got these on 90% off clearance. I think they were like $2 a piece for these. And there's the other one right there. Up top, you see, I believe that's a piece from Chronicles of Narnia. That's just a dead bonsai tree that I painted white. Gandalf the White there. The horse from Harry Potter. Okay, there's Denethor. This set of columns here kind of acts as Osgiliath maybe a little bit. And you'll see a lot of my army is Faramir because he's a lot easier to find than the actual Gondorian soldier. I hope to someday swap out some heads and make them so that they're not all actually Faramir. Here's some Easterlings. Alright, and then here's my favorite part of the Lord of the Rings display. My NECA Balrog. Gandalf with You Shall Not Pass action. Okay, and there's the Fellowship. All right, we're going to move down, continue with the Lord of the Rings. Tucked in the corner here, not getting much respect, is Shelob. We got Frodo wrapped up with Samwise defending him. We got Sauron. Let's see if I can find his button. Alright, so there's all the prologue pieces. Dark Galadriel. You know, I hope to, someday make this like a little miniature Golden Hall. Now it's just a blank backdrop. Here we go. Elrond with "You Shall Be the Fellowship of the Ring" action there. Couple different moments focusing on the ring. All right, here's the celebration, the coronation scene. All right, we got Treebeard with Merry and Pippin. This guy down below. All right, and here's my Helm's Deep again. Someday I hope to not just have little cardboard backdrops. So, but this is my little temporary setup. So you see the Uruk-hai marching up. I also hope to paint them so that not every Uruk-hai has the same handprints on its back. All right, and here they are coming down at the end, exiting Helm's Deep. Now, a lot of my Uruks are the wrong sort because the Battle Cry Uruk-hai is really what should truly be there. They just made so many more of the other different Uruk-hai. And the Battle Cry Uruk-hai is so hard to find. I think I only have 3 of them. It costs you a fortune to really army build that guy. I think the crossbow Uruk-hai are fairly accurate being there. And of course there's Gandalf the White. All right, kind of going through these scenes in backwards order here. Here's the Weathertop scene. You can see I have my my Diamond Select Nazgul in with the Toy Biz ones. This is my favorite here, this dude with the fire. Twilight Ringwraith versus Twilight Frodo. That's one my number one hopes for the Diamond Select series is that they remake that guy. He's all right, but he's a little weird. All right, there's Arwen being chased by the 9 Riders. Let's see if I can do this so we can. There we go. Now, one of them you will notice is actually riding the Headless Horseman horse from McFarlane Toys. All right, and here we have the Mines of Moria. All right, and this is a mix of Diamond Select and Toy Biz. My Cave Troll. I try not handling that guy, but he's still his face is still rotting. Might be no way around that. All right, next shelf brings us to Indiana Jones. A little bit of modifying here to take a couple of those play sets, make it double wide there. Here's some steps from, I'm imagining, Tech Deck leading you up to the idol. Okay, got a couple little mini scenes going. Maybe have too many barrels here, but I didn't have another place to put them. So there's the motorcyclist versus Indy and his dad. The sidecar is some sort of I think Chap May. No, maybe it's some other world peacekeepers or something. Kind of hard to find peace there. But that's just an Last Crusade motorcycle with a couple pieces taken off, and actually it has a spot for a sidecar to be added. But Hasbro never made that. This is why most want Hasbro to revive their Indiana Jones line with Indiana Jones 5 coming out soon, is that we can get a real tank rather than this cardboard tank here. That's one of my favorite pieces. I'd love to see an Indiana Jones tank, and I'd love to see the flying wing done in the 3 3/4 inch scale. This is like the Disney Parks version. There's a couple custom guys in the background there watching Indy versus the swordsman. That backdrop actually just came with the toy. Yeah, there's the Disney version of the tank. All right, down here we have the Well of Souls. Okay, a little bit of that vintage playset with some modern snakes and modern figures and some random Pier 1-ish sort of stuff. McFarlane sarcophagus there. All right, here's one of my favorite setups. This is actually inspired by my friend Pokey, came up with this one. Lots and lots of lightning and laser effects from Star Wars figures. Oh, my Dietrich fell over. This is some sort of army soldiers toy line Dietrich. I customized the face on my own there. Moving on, we have the rope bridge. One of these days I'm going to do a tutorial how to make a rope bridge with a lot less effort than I put into this. Those are actually all popsicle sticks that I cut in half. My kids painted them for me. And I had to tie them with kind of this wiry twine sort of stuff. Got some way too many alligators down below waiting. Here's my custom painted Indy truck. There's a video on that if you check my channel. Here's my custom Mercedes car for the bad guys. I forget which. That was actually from a 1/18th scale model. I just had to modify it. Add the back canopy and all these pieces. Those are actually just sculpted out of polymer clay. I had to carve off side windows and stuff. Alright, now these guys aren't, those are other figures that aren't Indiana Jones official either. Alright, and then up front, I made my own mine cars. These are actually Lionel train wheels. And then and I just mounted them onto this base that's made out of the end caps. The ends are made out of wood, and then the sides are made out of like mat board with little plastic model parts for rods and stuff. Alright, and here's important people looking after the Ark of the Covenant here. Then I don't know if you saw this guy peeking through. Here's my Jurassic Park section. This is one section that's gonna be expanded as I shift my collector focus here. All right. There's my Playmobil Ghostbusters stuff. Not seeing a lot of love tucked in the corner. All right, and then here's my G.I. Joe guys. Now I actually got rid of all my G.I. Joe guys as a kid. I gave them all to my bro Nipper, and I gave him all my G.I. Joe comics in exchange for his piddly 5 or 6 Star Wars figures that he had that I didn't have. So he got quite the deal there. So I've been recollecting these guys, but I tried to be reasonable about it, and I didn't want to have to spend a lot of money. So I avoided drivers, although you see a couple drivers that I found for cheap that I thought were iconic. and I'm avoiding repaint, so I'm just trying to find the first version of every figure. So I'm not going to do Tiger Force or Python Patrol, any of those guys. And then the other thing I'm doing is I'm cutting myself off with the early 90s, with a few exceptions, because they're just too cool. All right, and then down below, here we have in the corner, actually I'm just going to sweep this over here and do this whole section. Sectors! Oh, and then also, you know, Ant-Man. Just what go along with the insect theme going on here. I'll admit, I don't know any of these Sectors characters' names. I just thought they were cool. I loved them when I was a kid, that puppety guy. I think this is my childhood one right here. Battle Beasts. Dick Tracy. I was a huge Dick Tracy fan as a kid. I think that made me weird. I think a lot of people didn't actually like that movie, but I loved it. Always disappointed by, you know, Dick Tracy not having a yellow coat. I did see a couple people customize that, so that might be in my future here. This is something I made as a kid. A little wooden cutout. I think I drew it and my mom cut it out for me. Here's my little Ninja Turtle section. Again, I'm not trying to have the most exhaustive collection ever, just having a sampling of what I really like. So here's all the Ninja Turtles that I loved as a kid. Okay, so for the most part, it's the original 4, plus other main characters like Casey Jones and April O'Neil and Splinter, and then a couple of my favorite bad guys. I just always loved Mutagen Man, Slash. And then we have Masters of the Universe. I have just about every vintage Masters of the Universe figure. I'm missing those 2 spinny guys, Rotan or whatever. Probably saw them a million times and never even realized they were from Masters of the Universe. Especially love the vintage packaging. Some of the best packaging ever for Masters of the Universe. Castle Grayskull. I had a couple of my clips break recently, so that's why there's lights hanging down here. He-Man versus Skeletor. Snake Mountain. Scareglow. One of the only guys I paid, you know, real money for. Most of these were bought on the cheap, but I did not have Scareglow as a kid, so I had to spend the big bucks. Of course, he's worth even more now since the pandemic. All right. And the last thing in this side of the room is Ghostbusters side of the room. This is a closet. It's a little walk-in closet. That's why everything's so cramped in here. And again, Ghostbusters. I was a very casual Ghostbusters collector. I just buy them whenever I saw them and they were cheap. I like having these transforming ones. I like having 2 of them so you can see, you know, before and after there. Some of them I don't have doubles of yet. Like the football guy, he was always my favorite as a kid. Alright, gonna whip it back around over here. A couple sections we skipped. Transformers, just a little small collection. These are my childhood Dinobots. Oh, my Constructicon has fallen over here. Always my favorite guy was Soundwave. So I have two of them, so you can see him as a robot and as a cassette player. For whatever reason, I just thought that was the coolest thing. Here's my A-Team collection. Always love A-Team. So this is the vintage one. This is the one from the new movie. I really only need one, but I can't decide which one to get rid of. The vintage one's got the fact that it's vintage. That's cool about it, but it's missing a lot of pieces. And my new one, it's new, but it's complete and looks super accurate. So why not just keep both? That's what I'm doing right now. Couple 18 Puffy stickers. Then here's my Simpsons collection. Again, just another one of those things, mostly going for just the main characters and characters I find for cheap. Comic book guy is always a favorite. Stephen Hawking. All right, here's my Marvel section. Now this is going to get an expansion. All right, I got all the X-Men versus the Sentinel. No, I did not buy the giant size one. I'm not expanding the Marvel section that big. Because I went for the 3 3/4 inch Marvel Universe figures rather than Marvel Legends. Although my good friend Pokey, he put his 3 3/4 inch ones with the Sentinel. They look pretty great. Here's some of the retro figures. Might have seen my other video about them. Still can't bring myself to open them, but I've bought a couple open ones that were loose already. All right, now up top, this is my version of the Infinity Gauntlet saga. Okay, it's all the good guys versus just Thanos. Okay, and then down below, I've got Spider-Man versus the Sinister 12 here. Or maybe there's more than that. I'm estimating. Just Spider-Man versus all his bad guys. Still need Carnage in the 3 3/4 inch scale. Alright, and then up top, got a mix of stuff. Here's my Avengers, and then the Watchmen in the background there. Going for that shot from Avengers #1. I still gotta play around with it. They never made a Hulk that was a good scale to the movie figures, so I had this version. He's kind of the right size, but his face is not cool. Some Firefly in the background. And then here's going to be, this is something I'm going to expand. If you watch my other videos, you know that I purchased a Playmobil airport set so I can make this scene. I'm also going to maybe take a giant 20-something inch Kylo Ren figure and make it into Ant-Man, but for the time being, I have Ant-Man as the 12-inch soap bottle Ant-Man with a little 2-inch War Machine in his hands. And then, of course, Weird Al. What toy collection is complete without a Weird Al section, right? Whoops, lost his accordion there. All right, cheese sandwich there. I still need to find Wreck-Gar from Transformers, because in the modern animated Transformers, he played the voice. And in the old Transformers, you can hear Dare to Be Stupid playing while when Wreck-Gar shows up. And here's the rest of my Weird Al collection. My albums. Photograph. Okay, and then my favorite piece from the Weird Al collection. This drawing I did when I was in high school. Weird Al was coming to town. He was going to be at a media play, if you remember that place. And I left a blank little spot right here for him to sign, because he was signing stuff. So, yeah, I felt bad, though. He thought I was giving him this drawing, but I really just wanted him to sign it so I could hang it up in my and display it. So the next time I saw him, he came to a place near here, and I made a nice photocopy of this for him and gave him that. But what this is I think that was maybe 96. Yeah, 1996 that I made this. And It features a lot of his songs that not a lot of people know. I didn't really do things like Eat It and Fat. I just stuck with a lot of his not quite as popular songs. Things I didn't know, because the internet wasn't such a big thing. I didn't know that Spam came in a square-shaped can. So there's a couple little errors on here. I also didn't know that a Velvet Elvis meant that he was not a... I thought it meant like a doll that had velvet clothing, but I didn't realize it was a velvet artwork. And finally... Oh, no, actually there's one more section after this. One of my favorite collections is my Muppets. I used to have the Palisades Muppets figures, and I recently decided that with all the ones that were now being made by Diamond Select, and the fact that they fit a little better in my little display thing here, that I would sell all of them, all my Palisades, and just go pure Diamond Select. So here they are. I just bought somebody's collection, so it is missing some pieces. I do have some Palisades left because I made my very own balcony box set for Statler and Waldorf, so I couldn't get rid of that. There's my Muppets lunchbox, and then way down here we have this giant-sized carnival animal figure with the Muppets drum set. All right, now here's my last section. We've got... Well, okay, I got to talk about these pink things. This is actually, when I was a kid, there was this amusement park near us called Crystal Beach, and they went out of business and tore the whole place down. This is a section of Laugh in the Dark, a little fun house. So I've had that for 30 years or so. Let's see if I can get some more light down in here. See the big old fight between T2, Terminator, some Predators, Alien. Where the Wild Things Are. Here's just a bunch of 3 3/4 inch scale. Well, a little bit smaller, some of them, the Willow guy. Just favorite movies from the 80s and 90s, plus the thumbs from Spy Kids. Some are actually old toys, and some of them are modern toys. Got the Michael Keaton Batman. I used to draw Michael Keaton Batman all the time. It's Clash of the Titans represented. Star Trek. Here's the Reaction Alien and Queen Alien toys. Here's my random sections. These are Marvel guys that didn't fit in my other section, but I love them anyways. We got a lot of Hulk characters. Here's my Dark Knight trilogy figures. I still need a couple there. The Tick with Gonzo hanging out for some reason. There's Dinosaur Neil in the back. The Manning cow. Remember when that one was rare? Now no one cares about it. Alright. Mars Attacks, Toy Story, and Mario Kart all together for some reason. Planet of the Apes and a couple McFarlane toys. I should move that. Oh, there goes Cornelius. Alright, and here's my last section for real. I said I didn't buy Marvel Legends, and that's pretty true. None of these figures were bought new. I got them all on the cheap. Apologize for my creaky floors here. I think I bought Ultron new when they released him. But everybody else I got garage sales, flea markets, cheap eBay auctions that weren't listed so well. And then here's my little Army of Darkness section. I want to make that into a real setup, not just a bunch of figures standing there. But we'll see when I get around to that. Alright, and that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll get a big look at everything from the outside of the closet here. And you know, one of these days I'll get my Star Wars room to a spot where I want it to be, and I'll film that too.